Our last episode was generally quite chaotic and all over the place, but in this episode we will have a little bit less to do and therefore a little bit more structure, because today we will work in this rabbit hole again. But in this episode we will finish it, and after this episode the Easter event will even be finished and done. And yeah, with that, welcome back to a new episode of Citycraft. I believe it's the 6th one. So what we will need to do to finish it is, for example, to hide all of these eggs, because I've collected quite a few normal eggs and turtle eggs and also some diamonds and emeralds, and these are obviously Easter eggs and those normal eggs, and we could use those diamonds and emeralds as Fabergé eggs. They are the ones with diamonds all over them, and I think that might actually look good. So have a lot of normal eggs scattered around and some very important and, let's say, valuable ones. I think we're also going to hide some sunflowers, because they could look like some maybe chocolate coins. I don't know if you actually do get chocolate coins on Easter, but I think it should be fine. But in order to actually hide our Easter eggs, we need a few armor stands. And in the last episode, we built this beautiful little shop called Marcel's Little Details. And in here, we sell some things. For example, armor stands. And I'm going to take a few out of my storage. I think I'm gonna take a few out of here. Also, the diamonds, why not? I think, yeah, there are quite a few all over here. And I've also stocked up these item frames. Not all of it, but most of it. And yeah, this is what we will have to do, because with armor stands, in my opinion, it's the most beautiful and the prettiest way to hide these things. And I will show you how I will do it in a second when I'm back at my rabbit hole. And now that we are back here, we can start to do this. So, all of our eggs are right here. I have a sunflower and a couple of bones and bone meal with me, but I will use those later on. So what we will need to do is to actually make our armor stand in a form which allows him to then hold these items. And now if we put an egg, for example, in his hand, let's use these Easter eggs, it looks like this. But for now, if you look at the hitbox, it's a little bit off, because if you click on the Easter egg, nothing happens. I kind of have to get rid of those now. There we go. Okay, yeah. But I figured out how to do this properly. So if you then turn his arm, just like that, if you now click on this egg, you will get it. Exactly. Now if we make the armor stand invisible, and if we then lower him, I think it should be fine, because there should be blocks underneath him. But yeah, now he falls through, which isn't ideal. But if we now turn gravity off for him, we can lift him up again. And just like that, we have a nice egg laying on the ground. We have to kind of watch out with the lighting, otherwise it's going to look very weird, but I think this is very nice, and this is exactly what we're going to do with all of these eggs. We're not going to lock them, because otherwise we won't be able to hold them. But yeah, we'll have to do this many different times. Let's turn this armor stand a little bit, so that he doesn't seem too strict in one direction. And let's move him a little bit as well. So if we move him in this direction, a bit like this, yeah, that looks nice. Okay, nice. And there we have our first egg. And we will have to do this many times. I don't think that we will have to do this with every single egg we have in this chest. This will just be way too much. But you get the idea. We want to have eggs scattered around everywhere. So we will still need to make this into many different, which is quite simple. You just need one sunflower and a lot of bone meal. And just like that, we have 37. Or 38, if you take it like this. I think I'm going to use half a stack, and that should be perfect. Nice. Now let me just hide all of these things. Luckily, they're invincible, so nobody can accidentally hit them and they disappear. But we still can pick the item up. Very nice. So let me just hide all of these eggs somewhere in this rabbit hole, which will take quite a while. The Easter Bunny has been very busy hiding all the eggs and chocolate coins and whatever else there is. And yes, it has been quite a lot of work. And as I've already said, the Easter Bunny has had a lot of work to do. Yeah, that skin will be gone after this episode. Currently, I'm a few minutes before having the event. I think this is going to be quite a lot of fun. All of the participants in this event are Germans, so I didn't really want to force them to speak English and didn't want to speak English myself, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit hard to understand. So I'm not going to show you exactly what happened, but I am going to show you a few clips and I'm gonna summarize and talk over what happened. First of all, we had to introduce the rules to our 4 participants, and honestly, they're kind of exhausting. I love them, but they can be very difficult to work with. Luckily, all of this happened after the event. It went actually pretty smoothly. After everything was explained and everybody knew how everything was going to work, we waited until we had the right time to start. And then it began. At the start, they seemed to have some difficulties picking up the eggs, but then quickly it settled in how to do it and everybody started to pick up every egg they came across. They also had to be very careful not to place any of the eggs or the sunflowers for the chocolate coins. Some more shenanigans in the cave, but otherwise everything went quite smoothly. The original time they had to search and find all the eggs were 5 minutes, but it turned out that 5 minutes were way too much, so eventually we went down to 4 minutes. And then we got out of the cave to count all the points. And of course, to name our winner. They all put their eggs and coins inside of these special barrels, and then I started counting. After I was finally done counting all the points, and after we have had our winner, I first of all, of course, threw some coupons for our little shop at our customers, but I think we all know it's more of an advertisement than anything else. And then of course, the prize of 14 diamonds for the winner and 4 extra diamonds for the second place. Everybody got to keep their Fabergé eggs as well, but those weren't as many of course. So now finally Easter is over and the event is done. And as you can see, I've changed my skin again, but I kind of liked that Easter Bunny skin. That Easter Bunny costume, I guess. So I killed myself, which sounds very bad, but no, I did it to get my head. And now I can wear it whenever I want. We can just put it on and it looks very weird, but kind of nice. So I'll keep it. But yeah, in the last episodes I teased that we are going to build these farms. These automatic or manual or semi-automatic farms. And as you can see, I have already collected a few chickens. Also a few cows and sheep. I've also even collared them, as you can see right here. And wait a second. Oh yeah, I thought that was a little cow. Let me just take care of that. Okay, and we also need to have some space for those farms, which I've also started doing. if you follow me down here, which is quite deep, but you can already see that there's a little bit of space. Not this right here, but which will come right here. And I quite like how this is turning out, and yeah, we have quite a few slime chunks. I started to try to mark them out, but honestly, it's not that easy. There are quite a few more. Let me just put my armor on. Yeah, this is actually a lot of space. And I think we're gonna dig everything here up to its max to get all of this space up. And yeah, of course we can also make some slime farms, which I think, after I've taken care of this guy, I think we can also put that slime farm onto that list. Because if we already have so many slime chunks, we can just put it right there. I won't name it because I don't have any levels, but I think it should be fine. And yeah, the egg farm was quite useful for the Easter event, but I think we will have to do all of this at some point, and why not next episode? This episode right here, this 6th one, is quite short because I didn't have too many things to do, but I think in the next episode we will change that. We will start making some more farms, I think. So yeah, this should do it for this episode. I'm also recording this clip on Sunday, so it's quite late, and I have to upload this video finally. So let's just say this is the end of this episode. It was quite a lot of work for this Easter event, but I'm glad it's finally done. So yeah, I think this is it for this one. And as you know, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, we may see each other in the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'd say goodbye for now.